please sit down? Wow. Everybody is counted for? Huh? What is it? Oh, that double. Oh, okay. Good God, put it back there. Yeah, there was a poem I remember I wrote, and I was telling the teenagers that poem. And then I came back and said, if I can write a poem like that when I was so young, there's nothing wrong in life. I have a lot of teenagers this summer, and shockingly, I never knew that you as parents will betray them so devastatingly that nothing will be left. I thought when you started with me, you have absolutely no values. I taught Kundalini Yoga to give you values. And I sat with you hours and hours and hours and hours. We didn't make any money, which you charge, $35 for something where people charge $350 a day. And the idea was we built up a nation out of the whole thing. And I presumed very honestly that you will give the same values to your children. And today I'm shocked that they don't know one thing. Today in the class there was only one girl who answered everything first time correctly. That surprised me. Everybody else is looking for when they can go and have a gala evening. You should understand in your life that when you are a teenager, it is the most important era of life. I have sent a father today to take her teenager daughter on a date. Today. Not with mother. She got dressed as best. She came, as you go to a prom like that. And then he has to dress up best. Then he has to take her. My instruction was he has to open the door of the car. He has to lift the chair to make her sit. He's going to teach her how, without any sexual or sensual obligation, a teenager girl can learn what date actually means. If you do not raise anybody's standard, you give them cheap life, and then they fall apart into emotional fit and do something cheap, then you blame them. Don't you understand the fault is in the beginning, in the middle, in the end is you? Because you are supposed to be parents, you are supposed to teach your children everything graceful, better than you, uplift their grade in life. Anybody was there among the teenagers who knows that poem? Can you come on the mic and announce it to them? Yeah, get on the microphone, so they can listen as they are listening me. Well, you get to come to stage, then come on here. Good. Yeah, she is switched on. Oh, fix it up, don't break it. I know. Come on, that's enough. Go ahead now.
Life is nothing but face to face. Life is nothing but race to race. Life is nothing but case to case. Life is nothing but base to base. Life is nothing but your own space. Life is nothing but your own grace.
You understand this? If you do not want to face the life, life is going to face you. Your friends are going to face you, your enemies are going to face you. Your body is going to face you. Everything which you lean on is there. You know the word lean, mean man or lean, mean person, where it came from? Moment you start lean, when things cannot hold you face to face, you become mean. That's you learn how to be mean. If you never lean on somebody, you will never be mean to somebody. And then you will mean a lot. I've never seen a well independent, graceful wife ever has faced a divorce. If she was successful, she was leaning on her success. If she's a failure, she's leaning something else. Life is not to lean at all. Your life is your life. Life is face to face. You will face your life every day. And whatever you don't face today, you will face tomorrow. And if you refuse to face, then you will have nothing but sorrow. And sometimes you avoid life. If you are overweight, you don't want to face it. I invited that girl yesterday, I said, come on in the swimming pool. She said, oh no, I am very ugly, very dirty, very fat. I don't want you to see me that way. If you know you are ugly, dirty and this and that, take care of it. Face it. Your first default in life is when you don't want to face the life. You have the tendency to put your head like an ostrich in the sand and you think everything will go away. Nothing goes away. First line is life is face to face. Second, life is race to race. Everybody, you know, in the track, there are lines, there are lanes. In the car, in the road, there are lanes. Everybody is making the distance towards the destiny. So it is race to race. My line, my car, my lane is my lane. If I want to switch my lane, I have to give a signal. Otherwise, you will never be forgiven. Life is race to race. There's no friends of yours, there's no enemy of yours. Nothing. Whatever you say to me all the time doesn't mean a thing. Oh wow, I think I am very late, but you are all record keeper, three of you. Watch this. Life is your own race. You are in the lane, you are going, And everybody, you have the opportunity to say somebody hello, and somebody say you hello. Or some people are in your very car, they are talking to you. Beyond that, life is nothing. Everybody will drop at their destination. You have to go back to your garage. I have counseled so many women on divorce. It is always the last time when a woman hears her husband is already gone off. She is the last to believe, last to hear. In one situation I was very aware of the facts. So I started talking. I said, honey, this, not a word. What came out of all this is a very, very powerful hell. We faced it as we could. Life is race to race. It's a horse race. One will win. Others will be second and third. Others will be forgotten. You can never avoid, doesn't matter which way you want to look at it. Life is face to face, life is race to race. Third, life is case to case, file to file, situation to situation, moment to moment, story to story, history to history, opportunity to opportunity, person to person, place to place. What's next?
Base to base.
Life is base to base. Everything, every facet and aspect of your life has a different base. You are the administrator of all bases. If you lean on one base, other you neglect, you will have a lot of pain. You have to have some essential basic values. Elementary basic values. Elementary basic value is called character. Elementary basic values? What is called in the business world which is very successful? Can you name something?
Attitude, gratitude.
No, you will go all the way around. Let me finish it fast. It's called specialist. Specialist. Expert. And for that there is the apprenticeship. First you learn, then you apprentice yourself, then you specialize yourself, and you keep going that way. And in the beginning and the end, one day you will find that people come to you. Even doctors send to a doctor, attorneys send to attorneys, psychologists send to a psychologist. They call them specialists. It's very important when your personality works. That's where the personality starts functional. You don't have to utter a word. You don't have to say something. Then people have reverence and love, trust and understanding for you. It boils down to when you don't let down yourself, you don't let down others, and you don't let down others. It works three ways. There are three dimensions to it. You have to have that deep understanding. What we are trying to do in this course here is to give you actually preparation for the age of Aquarius. Give you those basic knowledge which will work. Piscean knowledge won't work. Your games won't work. Your obnoxious or very fundamental reasons, excuses won't work. Because Aquarian age is an age of knowledge. I know. I can deliver you. Piscean age was, I want to know, deliver me. It's total 180-degree opposite. You will be surprised, we are only a couple months into it. Just tell somebody, I'm sorry. You say, oh yeah. How many times you have been sorry? People's attitude has changed. No fault of anybody. Promises, excuses, games, moods, they will very fast eliminate you out of your life. That is when the age changes, that's what happens to people. If they don't change fast enough to match up the requirement of the psyche of the time, their psyche become non-functional, non-communicative, mute. Then finally, they are left to a corner. Aquarian age is going to corner all Pisceans. It's natural. Winter has to freeze everything. Spring had to sprout everything. Summer has to ripe everything. And fall has let everything to fall. So there's no reason to be upset with it. It's natural phenomena. That's why we're trying to effort that if you can prepare you for your homes, there will be no divorce. And moreover, the children are coming up, you have to prepare them. And you have to change your attitude towards the whole household. Even you are single, you have to change your attitude towards your own personal household that you can survive better. The economy has changed, geography has changed, politics is in change. You'll find changes, unbelievable changes. There's no reason for you to worry about those changes. All they are inviting you to change too. It is so shocking to me when you say, oh, unfortunately my mother did this to me. Oh, as a child it happened to me. You do not know that you have a teacher, his name is Yogi Bhajan, he said one thing, those who have past have no future. How blunt a statement can be made. One statement is so loud, clear, made without any reservation and argument, and still you don't understand what you're doing to yourself. Past is yesterday. That's your memory, that's your glory. You can talk about it, doesn't mean a thing. That's yesterday. You can remember it, you can repeat it, you can propagate it, you can learn about it, whatever you say, but it's already gone. Today you can't stop it, it's already going. Tomorrow, if you are not prepared, is on you. And all the energy you put in the past, you take away from tomorrow. That's where lies your sorrow. That's why you don't have energy to make everything possible. I was talking to a girl right now. I said, she said, I want to be bright, I want to be bright. I said, how much take it to be bright in the United States? Nothing, not much money. Everybody knows. The pomegranate juice and fat-free buttermilk and put some Yogi Tea in it and get going. Go 40 days, it clean you out. Oh, can I cheat once in a while? I suggest you can cheat on a salad once in a while, but it'll give you a hell of a gas. Why me? I said, that's how it works. What it does, I said, it does very simple things. Clean up all the arteries, take care of the liver, change the chemistry of the blood, take care of all the organs, reshape, retune every organ in the body, clears the skin, take away the old age. Whose formula is this? It's an old Persian formula. Centuries old. Sour yogurt, Yogi Tea, pomegranate juice, drink and drink. You'll be shocked how fast it can clean you out. Worst is the diet of the Iranians. They are very heavy diet eaters, unbelievable, like Italians. Italians eat olive oil in mostly everything, and they have a set course. It's very funny, Italian eats salad in the last. Do you know that? Why? Why? To push the front foot and head of it. We eat the salad first, so that we can fill it up, so if there is any trouble, we may not eat any further. If you eat salad fully chewed, you will eat no other food, doesn't matter how much it is. But when your stomach has to chew the salad and it has no teeth, that's where trouble starts. Italian last dish is to eat the salad. So, clean it out. Heavy dieters, but they use olive oil. Persian are the worst dieters. Persian food is debauch food. But when it comes to October, November, December, they almost live on this pomegranate juice, year to year. Indians, northern Indians especially, are very heavy eaters. But God provided a substitute. There's a black carrot, and they make out of it a sour drink. It's called kanji. Out of black carrot, it's just black. It's very tasty and extremely sour. They live on it. They have just absolutely a new liver. So there are things in every place where you can just have understanding that you have to face your own food. Face your own food. Look at it. And just see, you are going to digest it. You are going to eliminate it. Nobody is going to do it for you. And eat gracefully. Stop gobbling food. If 25% saliva does not mix in the food, food becomes a disease. Food becomes root to your body. Being old is different. Looking old is not mixing the saliva in the food. This life of yours is enjoyable, but you can't enjoy it. Because if you play it right, then you can enjoy it. It's a game. You'll be happy when you'll win. If you can't win on your own life, when you're going to win? What any other victory means to you? Some people are afraid of commitment. They think it's a slavery. We are going to go in dungeon. No, you are meant to commit. Commitment. It is meant to commit. What you commit is your choice. If you are married to fun and loyal to none, that's your commitment. Then enjoy it. Be cheap. What price you put on yourself is your price. And only life is worth grace which is priceless. Priceless is deathless. And then you ultimately become a very reputed person. People will not even come near you. You want to see how your own body is in defiance of you? In few minutes? Just check. No, just... I'm not going to do anything. I'm just giving you one example. One example. Put your hand here, at in front of you like this. Look at it. Do like this, like this, and like this, and like this. Once you touch this mount and one don't, keep doing, see what happens to you. No, when you touch the mount, you must block it with the fingers. Make fist twice. Is one in, what not in, that's it. Create the rhythm, how fast you can create. Come on, let's see. A lot of people are doing pretty good. You want to see one example? You. You are doing, come. No, just back behind you that. She's still doing it. Come. Hurry up, sit down there. Just do it for them. It's very simple, it's not difficult. Yeah, she's doing that too. You can do it if you just get out of your fear. Once it touches and it does this, and one it doesn't, that's it. 1, 2, it's just like that. She was doing right. It's very quick. If you quickly do it, it's perfect. We learnt it doing it when body was under a freezing temperature and we have to take a pitch defensive position. And when we have to keep the arms warm and circulation going so that when we get to action, we are not, our hands may not freeze. Fast, fast, fast. Come on, fast. Now don't stop for even God tells you. See what this does to your body. I mean, I'm trying to give you a power to understand how powerful your own body can create, how much vitality and power it can create for yourself. You don't have to ask the neighbor to give you B12. You can get it yourself. One woman said, I said, why you did this awful job and treachery and based this? She said, for stimulation. I said, you couldn't get stimulation at home? She said, no. I said, okay, go and take a cold shower and fight it. She really fought very, very well. Finally, the cold water was no cold water. She came out, toweled herself, dressed herself, she called. She said, God, that's a better stimulation than going to this guy's bed and just ruining my whole life. Your all corruption is because you cannot stimulate yourself. Whenever the psyche freaks out, flips, you feel impotent. And to become potency, you use other forces, and other forces exploit you. That is how you get in trouble. You will find some people totally in a click position. You can't separate them. They have interlocked their psyche. What for? They are very scared to be individual. And these very people, when try to become successful, because they are not individual, then they want to be individual, they create a chaos. Come on. See that you use this hand as powerfully as you can, as fast as you can, and how it creates in you the energy pocket, the extra energy it gives you. Don't worry about it. Move faster. What I am doing is fast. I take this mala and I take these beads and they run on the sun line. That's my sun finger. I stimulate the energy same way. In Middle East they call them worry beads. We call it mala. In Christianity they call it rosary. In normal language they are called prayer beads. They are just for stimulation. Everything you want to be preciously put on your life as a commitment, as energy, diamond or anything you put on your ring finger, the sun finger, because that's where your life energy is. What you're doing is totally bringing an earthquake in your body right now. It looks very subtle and very stimulant, or not stimulant, but you are bringing a forced adjustment to your all tattvas. That's why people who take my tantric picture and sit before according to the rules can talk and the pictures start talking. It's your power. It's not, there's nothing in the picture except the angle. And people who have practiced definitely know the experience. A paper picture can work. A paper tiger can work. Why can't your own body, which is real, work? It's your energy, it's not anybody's. Whenever you diversify your body energy without proper control, that is where you create an error. That's where you go for a fault. And second, you want to know how the heavens and earth works? Make this 5 fingers together like this. It's a little difficult for you to do it. Put it together and put it like here. And put your hand normally and do like this. Hit it here, that's it. All 5 fingers and together. If you do otherwise, it will mean different. But if you take this knot properly and hit it back, keep doing. See what it is. Your own body is not something I've given you a drink to drink and you can feel it. Hit it at the elbow, because that will affect the stomach, that will affect also the kidney nerve system. Meridian, it's a meridian exercise, it's not something which will not cause a right effect. Straight up, straight down, without losing a grip of your fingers at the same level. Relax. As a man has to masturbate, or a woman has to masturbate, or 2 people have to intercourse sexually to stimulate energy, it doesn't come at that time from the 7th sky heavens. It's in you. To stimulate yourself is your basic instinct. It is your sexual instinct. But God, if you can take sensual instinct, there's nobody can defeat you. As you know how to create a sexual stimulation, if you can create sensory stimulation, you can be master of your own destiny. You do that all the time. It's your basic instinct. It's not something you have to learn. Bij mantra sarv ko gyan, even your seed knows it. A little girl starts fondling with her private organ and the boys do it. It's a continuous process, it will never stop. But the question is, if that instinct, which is in you, can become sensory. You have senses, sense of touch, sense of feeling, sense of sight, sense of hearing, sense of talking, sense of movement. These are your sensory systems. If you can stimulate them, as you stimulate your penis and your clitoris, your life will be different. Just imagine you have 9 holes. One hole works for you. Why not to stimulate the other 8? Is that second chakra is so important? The other 6 are useless? Is that one hole is so important? 1 or 2, whatever the case is. The other 7 or 8 are no use. And how can you be forgiven when you do not equally treat all the holes? Do you know if your left ear only hears and right doesn't, you have a different meaning of the word, same word? Do you not know if properly you do not have a proper posture to hear, that inner ear which has 2 side bones and the hammer bone and Hammond bone which gives the signal to the brain to understand the frequency of your word and interprets for it, does not function right? Because what you understand by word and what you understand with senses of it is too different. Hearing is not only what you hear, but you compute what you hear. And that is a sensory deficiency when you cannot compute on the spot. Seeing is an action, but computing what you are seeing. I have eagle eye, I see like everybody else see. I can find defects right, left and right. This is wrong, that's broken. Meant that. I'm the same person. I see it too, others see it too. We all see. And they are great people with me. They see and they don't see. They are real sick. They see and they go unseen. I was walking a road, I saw a big nail, I picked it up. I saw another one, I said, pick it up. We saw many nails. We picked it all up. How many people might have gone there? Nobody picked up anything. I came to United States 24 years, almost old. I said one word to you, keep up. You will be kept up. What a statement. I didn't lie to you. As your sexual energy gives you imagination, as your sexual energy gives you relationship, as your sexual energy stimulates you, as your sexual ejaculation satisfies you, try sensory system with it. And just see how fast, how great, how vast your world becomes. Sexuality is gross, sensory is sophisticated. We also call this pituitary sixth center Agya Chakra, command center. It is also sexual center. Your horniness is commanded here, not over there. That's the action we feel. Command center is sixth center. And when you command all the time everything from the sixth center, for physical sexuality, then physical sensory system does not exist. That you must all know. Now you have a question period, please. Yes, dear.
Yesterday in Gurdwara, you said use strategy but not planning. Can you explain that?
Yeah. Planning is what you plan, strategy is which has all the required enforcement to back it up. Strategy has many avenues. Strategy is a planning, strategy is a field study, strategy is advanced study, strategy has a retreat study, strategy is a complete situation. Flawless action is called strategy. And strategy has a action and then sport and then cover. Strategy is threefold. Planning is planning. I planned. I may put it into action or not. Strategy is action. You plan your life, you hallucinate your life, you romance your life, you stimulate your life. You never strategize your life. When you don't have strategy, you don't have state, and you don't have status. Strategy in life is necessary for victory. Next. Yeah.
Sir, were you saying that we should take sexual stimulation and turn it into
Yeah,
sexual?
don't ejaculate too much. The brain doesn't have anything left in it. Pituitary has only a stimulative power only to that extent. When you stimulate everything sensually, there's no sensory. Not my fault.
So take that and
I'm not asking anything. I'm making a statement. I'm not interfering. This year, this Aquarius age, I'm not going to give you any prediction or profile in which I'm telling you what to do. You use your knowledge, do what you want to do. But I'm saying pituitary gland is a pituitary gland, it's not going to be double or triple. And if you use your totally sexual activity or sexual, then sensory is not there. They don't fit in. When you want to use gross energy, then subtle energy will not be there. And when your life is not handled by subtle affairs, you are in trouble. Unless you can ride a bulldozer, I don't mind, but it's not going to be a car. Yeah.
how does that relate to the conversion of semen, for instance, into the
No, that's the long old joke. This is convert the seaman to higher authority. There's no higher authority. When testicles get filled up, they got to ejaculate. And when you are in it, what, you're going to pull back and you think you're going all right? You will have a next day wet dream. Those are stupid, spiritual, stupid jokes. They have no realism in it. Yes, in a certain situation, yes, you can totally stimulate yourself to any extent and you may ejaculate, and that is between you and your prostate and your channelize and practice. That's a totally different thing. And it is not publicly learnt or publicly practiced. This holding your semen for what? What are you going to do? Make a drink out of it? When you want to go, go. You don't want to go, that is what stimulation higher senses. It means actually that don't use your pituitary for unnecessary gross situations. That's all. It doesn't mean much. But when you are on, better finish it. This nonsense that, oh, I held back and held over, is just a macho nonsense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
How do you successfully stimulate touch, sight, hearing?
Huh?
How do you successfully stimulate sensorily?
Sensory? It's very practical. Why do you listen to Gurbani Kirtan? Don't listen. Just listen the notes. Classify note by note. Classify then beat by beat. Then classify word by word. And then classify by impact. Then react to it and see how body, automatically parts of your body start relating to it. Same way when you speak, see how bewitched a person can be. Then see your sight on a person can change the total personality of a person. Just one sight. These are infinite power. Sensory powers are infinite power. Sexual power is your physical gross powers. You shake a hand, and you love, and you kiss, and you hug, you change material, all that physical sensory system. Why you need that? One sight can do it all. What you can do physically in 20 minutes or 45 minutes, you can do at first sight. Provided you develop that system. It's your system. After all, it is how you stimulate your nervous system and bring to the optimum point, that's all it is whether you can physically do it and mentally do it, or what do you do at night when you're dead sleep and you have wet dream and you have intercourse in that? How? It's subconscious. What you can do in subconscious, you can't do unconsciously, or you cannot do consciously. You can stimulate a person and in exactly in spur of the moment, a man sitting in New York can be discharging, ejaculating in his pants. You do it from here. It's telepathical communication. It's total. It's nothing. It's I say you just you might see people. They just raise a finger and and it happens. In clan and tribes, you see the head of the tribe. They look this way is favored, this way is favored, this way is unfavored. It's sight power. All these sensory powers are your most powerful guard. Yeah.
Sir, I work with some children who can't speak who are autistic.
I know that.
A lot of them have self-stimulatory behaviors with their hands, and we're taught in school that you're supposed to try to suppress those.
No, there is a simple Kabul thing, Afghanistani. La 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 la. Once they start stimulating the tip of the tongue and the upper palate, the 4 meridian points, they're all behavioral change. You don't have to do that. Don't tell anything, they won't pay you for that. But it's very simple. La 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 la. Oh God. It can do what you can do anyway. Upper palate is hypothalamus, base of the hypothalamus, upper palate. Any stimulation there, that's what all this mantra is. What is a mantra? Why we say Sri Guru Granth can give you anything you want? It's nothing. Upper palate has 84 meridian points. The tongue is the rotatory tip. And when the permutation or combination of words of Gurbani are that way, they will stimulate the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus will change the neurons and you will have the effect. That's simple. You don't need to go to anybody for any purpose. That's why they say Bani Guru, Guru hai Bani, which Bani is Guru, Guru is Bani. and in Bani all the nectars of life are there. Because the moment you read those words, they stimulate the hypothalamus in that permutation and combination, and that changes the neuron. Once the neuron is set, you are victor. It is the set pattern in your head which is your total personality. Not what you look like or you be like or what you know like. It's that grit, that ultimate grit, that is already engraved in your head. That's why you are victim of your habits. That's why first you create habits, then habits create you. Some people have habit to sneak in the back of the tent. Some people have it to come to a class and keep talking and have their own class. Some people have it to deny every authority. Some people have it. It is their inner hidden habit. We call it hidden agenda. Then we go to the psychologist, they say, oh, that person is a self-destruct. Oh, that person is split personality. That person is this. That person is this. This is all based on your basic hidden behavior. Man behind the mask is the real person. You all have a mask in front of you. This mask you put up is for sale. And this mask which we decide, we call it a bana, is for declaring we are not for sale. That's it. Those who want to be on sale cannot wear this. And that's why I insisted on the very first day. When I saw a woman is called chick, I said, that's it. I'm going to make an eagle out of it. Doesn't matter what I go through. That's why I insisted. That's why I started woman training class. The whole thing of mine is based on one thing. There's not going to be any chick anymore. It's not that they are not. I enjoy when a woman rules. And when she rules her misery and her calamity and her disgrace and her destruction, and she rules, I love it. That's real rulership. That's what you know. When a mother who's totally unfortunate, awfully, terribly, good for nothing, creates a daughter who becomes Joan of Arc, that I enjoy. But not that woman who went all the way, very good girl, brought her in, divorced her husband, had a boyfriend, tell the boyfriend to rape her. All I got a telephone from the girl, she said, Yogi Ji, I should have listened to you. What you told me exactly has already happened. I said, good luck. I have seen many mothers and fathers and all that. Wife and woman gets on each other, then she takes him out of the religion or faith, whatever you call it, path, whatever you call it, and then she dumps him. I have seen men also who take her out and they dump. It's a control game. And it's a father phenomena. It's nothing. And my situation which I enjoy is that when a person say, help me, I give it total faith, total trust. I say, start now. This is a royal path, go. They fall apart because they're low grade. Low grade is low grade. Either they have to rise to high grade or they have to leave. What is the difficulty? What is the difference in a Paris, a woman standing on the road and being picked up by a man, or a woman today standing and looking for being picked up? Pick up is a pick up. I had a very funny experience. I was being driven. Those days I never used to have my own car or anything. I was being driven with somebody. And there was one woman on the road, thumb up. I looked at the dress. I say, stop the car, go back, let's pick her up. She says, sir, leave it, God knows, she must be some professional hooker. I said, what to you? Go back. We went. She stood there. Yes, she's not coming in. I said, get out, open the door, and ask her where she wants to go. She's not a hooker, she's a woman. So he went, he said, lady, what we can do for you? And she looked around at me, she said, that's fine. I want to go home or to a telephone booth. I said, please come in. And I looked at him. He didn't open the door, she won't go in. She won't open the door of the car herself. She stood solid. Finally, he opened the back door. She sat in. He closed the back. She said, thank you. She never budged an inch. Finally, we brought her to a telephone booth, and we said, will it be a privilege to you that if we drop you to a proper place than to a lonely telephone booth? She said, thank you, gentlemen. Finally went to a gas station where there were everything. She got down and she thanked me and thanked him. One behavior, one touch of a person which I remember today. He was saying she's a whore. I was saying go ahead, try it. And watch out, he got a telephone call of thank you and a thank you note and flowers. How she got it? When we left her, she noted the car number. She told her executive vice president to find out the registration of car, find out the name of the person, the driver, and send it. He was shocked. He called me. He said, I got flowers and thank you note. I said, well, whores have become very smart. How you creep? Did you learn something? He said, God, I couldn't believe it. I said, well, there was a woman. Woman, the creator of the mankind, the source of the life, the cover of all activities, giver of the teaching character and absolutely the characteristics. How much at fault she is that her life is not appreciated. How much corrupt she is, her life is not happy. How much arrogantly ignorant she is that she can't make sense to anybody or everybody. These are the questions you have to look at. How much on sale she is that she can't get a proper price. You have to decide. How much leadership she lacks that she can't command. If you cannot command woman, you will be condemned. There's a law of nature which will never change. What you cannot command will condemn you. And in a simple state of political science, it is called revolution. What you cannot lead will give you nothing. And that's in simple political sense is called evolution. It's up to you. Isn't this a beautiful, beautiful Santa Fe, Espanola? That's the beauty of this land I enjoy. Rain comes in a very sunny, hot day. Someday you'll find it comes on time. 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock is over. Once a time it becomes a storm, otherwise 1-2 hours, just let's say hello to you and then it's gone. But if it doesn't wet your tent and flood you, you're not very lucky. The purpose of the temp is to create misery so that you can always conquer it. Yes, we are waiting for the question.
Could you please speak about women who live together in relationship?
Woman to woman? Nothing wrong. Two women can smell each other. You must understand, relationship is by smell. It's not woman to woman, man to man, not sex to sex. Some is gay, some is a lesbian, some is married, some is this, some is having orgy, some is a orgy, God knows what you do. But it's all smell to smell. Your life is by your nose. You never admit it. Then that's why all these, what they call them, those bottles, very costly. Perfumes and colognes and God knows what. If you want to get rid of anybody, start using sandalwood oil. Normal relationship break if the frequency is not right, your original smell will come through. And if you really want to get rid of fast, start eating garlic. Two natural things will let you know the truth. A real friend in case of a garlic. Because garlic affects two ways. When you eat it and when you pass it. And sandalwood you start using on your body, God, you will be shocked. With everything doing right, if a person has to leave, sandalwood did it. Is there something enough or do you want more? That's enough?
What about the effects on the children?
Of two women living together? It's nothing, it's just having a day by the moon and night by the moon. Because you must understand, a woman is meant in a child life to challenge him. Grow, my child, to rule the world. And father has to give him the strategy. That's the relationship. Which if you are a single mother and have a child, you have to do the same. But in two woman case, in one woman case, a child will feel the loss, but will not be confused. But when there are two men and there's a child, he knows biologically it's not possible. Or there are two women and there's a child, then it is a biological duality. And doesn't matter how much you explain to a child. I mean, that you explain to a child there is a stepmother or stepfather, doesn't matter how you explain. But it is his step away. And when a mother or a father, they do not take extra step to cover it, there's a tragedy. I don't understand what is the difference in my son and my student. It doesn't make any difference. Difference only between a son and a student is, a student has no moral, ethical, social, and spiritual right to say no. A son can. Son can say maybe, I'll try, because he can take advantage. Otherwise, when a teacher says to a student, do this, he's just stretching it to infinity. And once a student can come through, it's look very bizarre, and that's actually it is. It is bizarre. A teacher will put you through an impossible stage, so nothing is impossible for you. But in our Western world, it's cruel. It's not right. Nobody has right to tell you anything because you do not have the knowledge to tell yourself something. That's how naive, arrogant, ignorant, uneducated you are about yourself. You don't have a self-command, self-discipline, and self-power. What plays in your world is your self-power. It's not what I give you. I give you the blueprint of self-power. Actually, when I'm very nice and very decent and very wonderful, I'm wasting your time. When I'm in action, God, I skin you alive. Then I'm real. But once in a while, it's better not to be teacher all the time. Sometimes it's good to be a human and gentleman. So there's a balance in personal and impersonal. It's not that you don't come to this camp, it matters. It does matter that how many divorces that will bring in. It doesn't matter you didn't come to the camp, how much you will not educate your children and their future. It doesn't matter you come to camp or not. It does matter how progressive your life is. You all say life is difficult, there's no money. Forget it. I'm a teacher, I make some more money than you can think. Let me close your eyes, you'll find it out how much money you lost. And how much insecure you are. You will never find one dress on my body which has a pocket. There's always a man to do it. That's the way it is. If something has to be done, somebody will do it. I tell you how authoritative I am. It is on archives note. I wrote to Shakti a note, my executive secretary, please pay this person $50. She said, you are not, it is out of your budget. You can't. I learned my lesson. Next day, I gave her a general letter of authority, irrevocable. Even I want to revoke it, I can't. She does it all. We never talk with each other. She is the authority to herself. She's an honest woman. She's just an honest woman. A honest woman. A honest woman. You don't need anything. She's a honest woman. And that's how I used to judge my life. If anybody says about Shakti, I used to write a note. This person should not be granted next interview. Period. Out. Because a person doesn't understand Shakti, doesn't understand life. Why to waste time? Get to somebody else. Yeah. Somebody raised their hand there. Who was that? You? Yeah, go ahead.
I have two questions, sir. How's BBG?
BBG alive, she appeared today. She showed up. It was reasonable to look at her, but we did not express any happiness, absolutely. because then that will encourage her and then she'll start moving around. And second part is she's going to Phoenix tomorrow, and I want to see after that flying and all that how the body takes. And then we'll assess it. She's a good person. She doesn't fit in with you Americans, but she's a good person. She can decide a thing in 2 minutes and say it in 1 minute, so I'll take 3 minutes. But now she feels the grab of this psychological personality that she has to talk and talk and talk, and half an hour, and this thing. And I think this is making her crazy. She can click it. And I was talking to her that day, I said, don't ask these people who come to get healed by you or talk to by you, just tell them sit down and just put through their, I have taught her this. I said, put them through trance and get rid of everything and circulate it. And she said, you know how unprofessional that is? I said, okay, then suffer. Then go ahead. Then ask their story, ask their history. I say basic history is, I am a mess and clean it out. That's the... She said, but that's what it is. I said, no, it is more to it. Change my diapers. I'll pay you $60 or $80 an hour, change my diapers, because I can't change mine. Beyond that, I said, if there is anything, forget it. And why don't you voluntarily change diapers? You're a good mother. She said, well, that you can do. I said, I do it every day. If I love somebody, I'll pinpoint, I nail that person. If I really love a little more, I'll ribbit it. But if I just don't like a person, I say, hi, you look wonderful. And that gives a little pat on the back, and that's all that people need. But there are some people, I just skin them alive and put chilies in it. Because I feel that they have the shoulders to take tomorrow, and they can be the leaders. That's all. So BBG is right, that's one. Where is the second question?
Can you give us some techniques of how to adjust to high altitudes quickly?
High altitude you adjust very fast. There is a thing called black salt. It smells like, it smells like sulfur, like rotten egg. If you take buttermilk, and you take this pomegranate juice and put, instead of water, Yogi Tea, and then put little black salt in it and make it a thin drink, thin, not thick, thin. And drink it, your dehydration will go away, you'll feel young. And moreover, black salt will help you because here you can be bloated, digestion. You know, at this height if you cook, it takes longer time. So what is stomach is also a kettle. It digests your food. Black salt will have to digest fast. Otherwise you have to have a new stomach with the pressure cooker. Your normal stomach is not going to work here until it's habitual. And if you want to do a very cheap way, take a buttermilk and add 4 times simple pure water to it and just drink it. 1 pot buttermilk, 4 pot water, drink straight. You will have as much energy, more energy than you can even handle. Yeah.
Sir, how do you know when to sit and just let things come, or whether to serve, go out, and make things happen?
When you want to just sit, is this a matter of your psyche? can you move the psyche by yourself, or you have to move it by logic? If you have to psychologically move it, move the logic, psyche by logic or reason, then you go out, work, sweat. Or you can just move it. You can move it by thought, or you can move it by action. There are two ways to move things. Is a parapsychology when you move things by thought, is psychology when you move by action. Action will have reaction, therefore if you strategize it, reaction can save. You can save yourself by reaction, that's a profit. If you can't save your friend, that's a loss. That's what loss and profit is. I wish people should have learned personally from me what you call it administrative analysis, which I am very expert on it. A few people I am teaching, they are coming out well. And when I see other people dumb, they don't know, it just bothers me. There are certain fundamentals. I am teaching these teenagers just fundamentals of life. And the tragedy is they don't want to even listen. They just have their little cliques and they look at each other and throw those things and but we are very grateful they come and show up. But God, tomorrow they will be rotting. Because you must understand, when you are a teenager, you are at the optimum energy of life. That's the optimum. Between 13 and 19, the optimum energy your body, your glandular system, your mind and your thing can have, you will never have it again. Rest is on the way to decline. And when a girl cannot learn an optimum energy point, she will… Rest is a dream. Yeah. Man is a right. First of all, men are never right. If you don't know the damn truth, you are not right. Man is never right. And secondly, identify him. It's such a sick thing with you ladies, you're so rotten, I can't believe you. I mean, say the man has already messed up another woman, and you think you're not going to mess you up? You are all so stupid. I don't want to touch that subject. You are just rotten, base rotten. Well, you buy a car, you want to know the owner, you want to register, how much mileage is there, is accident or not accident, what's the bill price up and down. You go and spread your leg and sleep with the son of a gun, and you do not know how many penises, how many pits he has gone his penis before. What kind of life is that? What kind of woman is anybody? Take the size of his testicle, his penis, find out all the holes he has gone in and what he has done there. What a tractor can do in one field is going to do it the same in the other one. You know what I'm saying? Find out a man, they find him out naked and clear. That's all I suggest. Leave nothing. Find the color of his underwear. Ask his mother how he came out. Did he cry? Did he laugh? Did he complain? Ask his sisters. How was he as a brother? One will tell you he's the meanest of the mean. Ask his college mates, ask his girlfriends, ask everything. There was a girl of mine who was in love, she told me, and it cost me a lot of money, and one of the girls said, I can't repeat it, it's so awful. And when he came to see me, oh, I'm in love with her. I said, were you not in love with so-and-so? And this is not what you did to her. Next day she told, I'm not going to get married into your family. I don't want to see you. And she said, what should I do? I said, go after him. I did my job. You told me what kind of man he is. I told you. It is called resume. Before you resume a relationship with a man, know his resume. and then verify it, and then test it out. I'm very rich. Hey. Ask him to bring the bank balance tomorrow by the certificate of the branch manager. I am very honest. Ask him spell it out. Give you 50 incidents where he could have been very normally dishonest that he was not. And verify with those people. Use him to identify himself. It is very easy for a woman. Because man wants to just get in down there, you know. Before he gets in down, bring him down, everything out of him, right on the flat table. Something more you want to know? Tell a story to man's mother. You don't have to worry. In 10 seconds, she will come out with the truth which you have never heard of. Just tell him your son did you in. And either say, no, my judge can never do it. And I said, honey, I have nothing to say. That will certify it. But you know what your problem is? You say, this man screwed that one, he's not going to do it to me. Actually, you are cheaper than other women. At least she got screwed, she left him. You picked up somebody garbage. And you're going to recycle it. It is only the woman who recycles the misery. Men are half-brain individuals with a hunter mentality and macho ego, including me. So don't ever trust me or believe me, try me. I am also a man. That's why I tell you girls, grow up. Man is never right, and right man will never be wrong. Then find a gentleman or a man who has words, who mean what he says. If man is corrupt, he will tell you he's corrupt. If he tells you he's an honest man, you will find him correct. And when you go on a date and go all this nonsense, what do you call this date? You never know where the pit is. When the pit in the date breaks your tooth, then you cry. How many you are have lovers? Raise your hands. Come on, confess. No, not these lovers, the movie ones. You know, you are not together to start with. Your man on the screen is your lover. Simply your husband cannot find it. I was dealing with one situation today. She ran. Oh, he knew that she likes him. So he said, honey, he's coming on the screen. She ran and hit her head. End up in a hospital. And that's kind of great woman you are. You are really, really, really great. You are a great, grand gorge. You fall in it so easy. My lover. Forget it. Doesn't exist. How many lovers you had when you started? If those 52 couldn't do it, the next one is not going to do it. Is that not enough? Even in playing cards, there are only 52 cards to play. How much you can go? That's why I say to you, spread your wings, not your legs. Say no. I was analyzing this woman and she said, my husband has a problem, Yogi Ji, what should I do? I said, he become very mean, he become this, he curses and become very awful. Then we had a terrible fight and then, oh God, I have a wonderful sex thereafter. I say, oh, it's called better sex. Yeah. What's wrong with this? She said, I don't enjoy it. I said, very simple thing. Just don't respond. She said, what will happen? I said, try it. So next week, the drama started. He started saying, you are this and you're this, you did me this, you did. She said, well, I have a cherry pie. You're going to eat it? He said, what? He said, honey, you're going to fuck me. I'm not ready for it. I'm not going to pay this price. If you want to eat a cherry pie and you want me, I'm okay. But if you go through this, forget it. So he thought she's very firm. So he ate cherry pie. So they had a sex. He couldn't get up. That's true. It's a fact. Because until you don't go through that rational system, you don't make it. The cherry pie is very horny stuff. Normally you should do it. It didn't. What else they do? One, they enjoy better sex. Other, they enjoy stimulant sex. Third, they enjoy creative sex. Fourth, and then it comes to bucket sex and all that stuff. That's why I'm writing a book on a sacred sex. Why I'm a holy man, I have to have some good name to it. But I'm going to describe all this stuff as it is. You see, when a man wants to spend his Sunday at home, or he takes you out, don't you understand? Why you call the girl who's on the road a hooker? Don't you understand he's played with you every day? How many of you have experienced a man said, come on, I just want you right now, and then we'll discuss why, what for. If you don't raise your hand, fine with me. It's a rare faculty. Direct men God couldn't produce because spermatozoa is zigzag. How can he go beyond his seed? And what is the oval shape? Up, 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 up. That's a female. When a man becomes straight and female become a circle, there's no need for God. It is. When a woman doesn't play a game and man doesn't go zigzag, oh, and I can decide the life. B and Z will never make this sense. What else? Yeah.
You mentioned a drink of yogi tea and buttermilk earlier.
Yeah.
Why
It's a yogi tea without milk, and put it in a buttermilk and make it really very thin. And if you can put black salt in it, it's very good for kidneys and liver. And you are feeling all this pressure here because stomach has a cooking problem here at high site. and that you can be bloated. When you're bloated, then inner lock happens, and then things can go rough. But if you eat that, that will take care of the liver and the kidneys, you will be fine. Oh yeah, that is to clean it out. And pomegranate juice, that's for energy. That's why just being extra strong. Yes, dear, you have exactly 3 minutes left. Go ahead.
Yogurt and buttermilk are interchangeable.
Huh?
Yogurt and buttermilk are interchangeable in the recipe.
You can use it yogurt and use it sour, it doesn't matter to me. But you take a low-fat yogurt and just make with it, it's equally fine. Yeah.
When and how is it good to use urine therapy?
When and how to use a urine therapy, don't tell anybody, just use it anytime, it won't let you in any disease. It's your personal penicillin. Whatever your body is in disease, it is the antidote of it. Urine therapy is done for centuries. It's not something, it's called Gutra Shastra. Gotar means your gene. Gutra means which correct your genes. And we call it urine.
Does it have to be drunk with milk?
Unfortunately, it has to be. And unfortunately, there should be honey. That's what the book says. I mean, you can do in a bathroom without telling anybody? That's not right. You have to have milk. You have to stick it in. You got to do it right. It's a medical process. It is nothing I can do about it. That's the way it is. What?
Well, if you're allergic to milk, you won't be allergic to milk.
With urine, you cannot be allergic to anything. I don't think after... You know what is a milk? Milk is a basic soluble protein. That's all it is. And once urine and the honey and the milk, they get together in a couple minutes, they form their own ally. It's very funny that you people think the milk is always a milk. Milk is never milk. You want to know what milk can do for you? All right. Take milk. All right? And cook anything in it you want to. Instead of salt, put fresh lemon as a salt to it. Eat it. You will be surprised. Take garlic, onion, ginger and all that stuff and you make a yogurt curry. Instead of salt, put a lemon in it. It will heal you of anything. Milk as a catalyst is very powerful. Nothing like it. Yes, dear?
Sir, please describe in depth the loneliness of one who has resurrected.
Well, loneliness is the virtuous state of physical, mental and spiritual self, where if you are not realized human being, it's a hell. If you are realized, it's a heaven. And life is just action and reaction. If you resurrect, there's nothing which can hurt you. And once people know that you jump over, leap over, and you do not react, they will not mind to provoke you for reaction. That will save you a lot of trouble in your life. With this note of mine, looking at the time, may the long time sun shine upon you all, Lord. Bless you, and bless you. Thank you.